Howdy-ho, good neighbors, and welcome to episode 11 of the Midway Eagles Sports Show.
Still going strong.
A show about Midway Eagles Sports. Clay Cunningham, Dylan Brown. It feels like, we talked about things slowing down, but I got a lot of bullet points here to cover, so I think we ought to get going. But there's definitely...
It's the tail end of that crossover season, and now we're almost, starting next week, we'll be full-fledged winter sports. Hoorah, here we
kind
come.
of drifting into that winter break that comes at the end of the month. But we've got plenty to talk about. Definitely one standout story on campus. You mentioned last week that through the rankings that they released on bowling.com that our women's bowling team was number 2 in the land. By day's end, old news, our ladies elevated their way to the top.
Number 1.
Wait a minute. No, I meant to say rolled.
Rolled.
That would have been so much.
They rolled their way to the top.
That's why I got to stick to this script. I went off, and now, what a great moment that would have been.
Gotta stick to script.
Gone net. But
gotta stick to the
it
script.
doesn't matter.
It never hurts to stick to the script.
No, but the real accomplishment here is to focus on the women's team. Yes, in a ranking by the United States Bowling Congress. They came across number 1. It's kind of a complicated process that is aided heavily by the number of tournaments you're in, but it's just it's like set amounts plus however many teams you beat at a tier 1, and then there are tier 2 tournaments. It's, too much to really get into here, but
they're no longer just number 1 in our hearts.
No.
They are number 1
if they're not number 1 in your hearts, get a transplant, because that ticker of yours is worthless. Absolutely worthless, and we have the data to prove it.
You're struggling with getting to the camera.
Oh, I know. It's a complete mess. I look at that. Anyway, just kind of build on that. We did have a story, shameless plug, on GoMidwayEagles.com.
Which, if you haven't read it yet,
again,
what are you doing?
That's it.
What are you doing? I'm
glad. Yeah. The ultimate hype man here for the content, which I guess you should be. You do oversee most of the website, but we were talking. I went through I talked with some of the athletes and coaches, and just kind of fun. It's particularly with Taylor Petrie, who's been here since the start of the program.
She had quite the story.
Some fun quotes. She called it we're coming back from the first tournament in program history, which is only 2019, in which not only was Midway last, they were 230 pins out of even being second to last.
They were a good portion.
Yes, and some quotes she gave, or some thoughts of that were, what did I do? Why am I here? And, oh crap, we're bad. But, not so bad anymore.
No, and as you mentioned in the story, those tears of sadness and have now turned to tears of joy. I mean, they're on a roll this year. What is it?
You did it better than me.
I mean, they're certainly bowling a lot of strikes. We think, anyway. I mean, you would think
we don't have home meets, so
we don't know exactly. But what is it? They've had 3 straight top 3 finishes. I think is what I've seen you write in the articles.
And 5 different bowlers have been their top scorer at the 8 events they've competed at. So it's you don't have that absolutely. One standout. You do have just
talk about that in other sports that you don't want to always have that one person that someone can key on. And bowling, it's always kind of who's going to be hot that day and that tournament. So that's been truly evident by their success thus far this season.
Yes, it's a really cool story to see kind of that ranking, especially considering it's still a really new program. I mean, there are people who are on the team now that have been here since its inception.
Yeah,
not just the coaches, but
yeah, no, it's been terrific to see that program grow over the years. So happy to see their success, and hopefully they can keep it going this weekend when they roll on up to Joliet, Tennessee?
Joliet,
Illinois. I'm
yes,
sorry. Not Tennessee.
The NAIA only event in Joliet, Illinois, Saturday, Sunday. Best of luck to our top-ranked Eagles, and really best of luck anyone who has to face us. Yes, I mean, again, right. You're looking up at us, folks.
That's right. And if you're in the area and we have viewers up there in Joliet, Illinois, why don't you make your way on up there and check out your favorite Eagles?
Give us a play-by-play. The men's team, who I believe is ranked 12th.
Yeah,
they will be there too.
No slouch on the men's side either. They're certainly right up there in those rankings as well. So looking forward to seeing what they can do this weekend.
Yes, absolutely. And also, let's continue on through a few other not slouches. We mentioned last week that Jacob Kosas, Josiah Kosas, and Trinity Smith were all going to be running at the NAI National Cross Country Championships. That is this Friday in Vancouver, Washington. The women's race is 1:30 p.m. local time. The men an hour after this, they'll being in Washington. We got to deal with that hefty time zone difference.
So is that, let me guess, 4:30 and 5:30 Eastern time?
No. That is 1:30 local.
Oh,
it's
okay.
10:30 and 11:30 Pacific
Don't
time.
listen to me.
No.
Only listen.
Yes.
He's got the actual facts.
I used to live in the Pacific time zone, so I'm going to call myself an expert on this matter. But
absolutely, as you should. And I've only lived in the Eastern time zone, so I don't really know.
Well, it's an accomplishment in itself, only being in one, living in Kentucky, seeing how scattershot that all is. But I don't know if there's a whole lot new to say because we went into it last week. There's Jeff Evans again. Get out of here! I wish I could turn the camera on him, but he's running tail between his legs. But anyway, I don't know if there's all that much to say. But
I'll discuss with him later.
Yeah.
We'll make sure he always manages to find a way.
He doesn't understand television production. Dylan, I got to recompose. You seem Mel. Why don't you talk about what you're looking for?
Cross country. Let's see. We got Jacob Casas, who is making his. I swear he's been here 4 years, 5 years, and I swear I still to this day I can't quite properly pronounce his name.
You're in my shoes
correctly.
At this point.
He's
I've been the one relying on you to get the name right all year.
He's making his third consecutive appearance. Meanwhile, his brother Josiah, second team all-conference member, is making his first appearance at the Nationals, as well as Trinity Smith, who finished third at the conference championship and first team all-conference member as well. So looking forward to seeing what they can do this weekend. I told them that whenever they left earlier this week, I said bring back one All-American, and then I soon quickly realized that there were two others there. I said, well, bring back three All-Americans.
Yes,
so that's what we're shooting for, bringing back three All-Americans this weekend.
Absolutely. It'll be fun to track that on Friday, provided that one of us isn't incapacitated for a long overdue dentist appointment. But that's self-indulgent to talk about your private life. We're here to talk about Midway Athletics, but best of luck to everybody involved there. And,
run fast.
Yes, or run smart also. Yes, I think that's a better.
Don't go out too fast.
Don't take a sprinter's mentality. So, kind of moving on to the basketball portion. We'll start with the women who are at home tonight against 3-4 Taylor, and
had probably the most agonizing.
If this is a group that, if there's a group more eager to probably get a bad taste out of their mouth, it's the Midway women. Really seem to have a miracle win of our own late against Bruton Parker. We're down a point with about 7 seconds to go on the defensive end, and Jaden Dothett makes a great play, great anticipation to make a steal in the paint, goes all the way down the court, kicks it out to Bree Howard, who, just
cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah, got a nice pump fake. Even as time's going away, maybe something a certain Kentucky player could have learned from last night. Take that, CAC fans! Including you. It's all right, man. But, a great pump and, got a shot in with 0.3 of a second remaining. And
that ball hit nothing but the bottom of the net.
Yes, spot on. And
spot on, perfect
to
shot.
The point where, I had it on, and, I was just looking for some post-game graphics, thinking, 0.3 of a second, because I wanted to get this one out because it was exciting. And I just hear the announcers lose their minds, because a very, no margin of error. Bruton Parker, inbound pass, perfect lob, because that's all you can do, through a bit of a miscommunication from the Eagle defense, and stabbed them right in the heart.
That one,
71
that
to 70
hurts.
loss, yes, to fall to 0-3. I mean, still a lot of good to
Absolutely.
because Bruton Parker.
That's a Bruton Parker team that's receiving votes in the national poll, and then also made a trip to nationals last year. I want to say maybe they had a returning All-American on their team as well. I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me on that. But no, that is an absolutely terrific performance, especially coming off a real lackluster performance the day prior, where you kind of got a little run by a good Faulkner club as well. So. To end on a high note like that, especially in front of some important people, national raiders, those being important. So look forward to seeing what they can do tonight. Hopefully they can right the ship here and let's get this first win of the season against a good Taylor team who's always seems to be very good. I know they're 3-4 on the year and have lost. I think they're last 4. I think they're 0-4.
Yes.
A
couple decisive losses.
Absolutely. So looking forward to seeing what they can do tonight. It's that one was probably their best performance of the year, obviously, against a good Bruton Parker team. A good performance by Serenity Webb. Then obviously you had the performance from Bree as well. Look forward to seeing what they can do this week tonight.
Yeah. All right, and on the men's side, their murderers row kind of continues against the Cumberland's team, who they played with all the way to like the last 4 or 5 minutes a couple weeks ago. Played at their place last night, went up 16-10, then basically just got blitzed with a 23-5 run, 31-11 the rest of the first half. Ended up in a 22-point loss. Just really turnovers were kind of because Cumberland's just really ratcheted up the pressure, and we didn't handle it very well.
Yeah, it seems like as Clayton mentioned, they really ratcheted it up on the defensive end, and really kind of caused us to turn it over quite a few times. Made quite a few bad passes. I think we finished with 17 turnovers.
The perimeter defense was what really did us. And they were just not great passes and to not particularly open passing lanes.
Because Midway had a size advantage, especially when they put Tobias Thompson in. He had a noticeable size advantage over the man guarding him. So tough performance right there, but and it doesn't get much easier, especially whenever they now play 5 games in a span of, what would that be, 6 days? Starting on Thursday. You play Thursday, Friday, off Saturday, Sunday, and then you play Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
And 4 of those 5 are against Division I teams. You do have a winnable game against 3-4 Wilberforce in Georgetown on Friday, but they have to. You think, well, what could be harder than playing 3 straight games against Division I teams? How about back-to-back-to-back?
Yeah, how about back-to-back?
I think our guys are going to need some time in the old ice tub after that one. But, only one of those games counts standing-wise. So, and that Wilberforce game does look winnable. And just, you would like we've said here, and like Coach Scott has said, they were going to, they were going to be up against it.
They knew that they were going to take some lumps early on in the season. But again, it's all about getting you prepared and getting you ready to go for conference play, which will begin in a couple weeks, the week after Thanksgiving, in fact. So looking forward to seeing. It's going to be some tough uphill battles within the next week or so, but look forward to seeing what they can do, and especially whenever we get into conference play. And as you mentioned, a very winnable game on Friday against a Wilberforce team at Georgetown. So 7:30 tip if you're in the area. And make your way on over there.
Absolutely. Dylan, last time you made a declaration that the Superior M was going to be on the line for Midway versus Michigan eSports.
That's right. Michigan didn't want none.
From what I understand, Michigan football beat Penn State last. From what I understand, nobody in Ann Arbor was talking about it. They were talking about
the
Midway Eagles.
They
Rocket
took
League,
to the Eagles.
Yes, who completed what was an undefeated regular season, which was consistently identified as a one-loss regular season, but no, apparently that loss was an exhibition.
Was an exhibition.
But yes,
it's an activation game, as they like to call it in eSports terms, I believe.
Activision Classics. Did you ever play that on PlayStation 1? It was just the old Atari games.
I did not.
That's again, if we ever start a Kaboom team, I volunteer. I got plenty of
He's
eligibility.
probably got some eligibility left.
I don't see how I don't, but yeah, great. 1-3-0. Really a great close to a great season. Just really for the esports program in general, but Rocket League to ran the table.
Absolutely. And talking to Coach Tinker about it last week or yesterday at lunch, I should say. I asked her. I said, "So who do we play in the playoffs? You know, you'd expect that you're going to play someone within a team that you played in the regular season, right? You'd expect that." No. So basically, there's two divisions. They take the top 4 teams from the division Midway's in, which, by the way, Midway's number 1.
Naturally.
Breaking news: Midway's number 1.
Yeah.
And then
talk about stating the obvious.
Take 4 from the other league, and they match them up in an 18 playoff. So 18 playoff bracket. So their first match is this week on Friday. We don't know what time. We don't know what team we're playing.
Perfect.
But anyway, they're going to take an L. Is the other team that we're playing?
Yes.
Obviously.
I hope. Be clear what you're saying.
Obviously not Midway.
No.
Is taking the other team is taking an L.
I like so, you seem really emboldened after that whole
that's right.
Whose M is superior thing.
That's right.
Exactly. I like this fiery side of Dylan.
No sign stealing going on here.
No. That's where I think it all comes back to. He's a proponent of fair play. But yes, Rocket League, Overwatch, and Call of Duty are all in the playoffs, and you can check GoMidwayEagles.com. Shameless plug. I don't know what that motion was to see future.
Yeah, just stay tuned to the website.
Sleep at night, folks. For the love of God, do it.
That's right.
But yes,
sleep.
Yeah. Well,
team,
you know what?
Hashtag team no sleep.
Yes, perfect. Archery. This is actually a sport we have not discussed. Were you a good archer at any point?
No, I remember doing it in high school. No, Dylan was not good. Actually, matter of fact, Dylan was not very good at sports. Oh, that's why I cover them now.
Yeah, and now you're at the top of your game, though. You don't need to justify yourself to those archery jocks from I don't know what high school you went to, but I'm sure they ran rampant. But yes, our team this last weekend had their last event of 2023. They'll have a 2024 schedule, but 3 top finishers at the shootout series. We had Carrie Booth, who's been our top shooter for most of the year, along with Jessica Badgett. They were 2nd and 3rd in the bow hunter division, while McKenna Harrington finished 3rd in compound. Her score of 311 was the best overall, was the 6th best complete score of the entire tournament of all divisions. And you would think, I received a link showing that listed all, so you think, oh, this is official scoring. No.
He's not salty at all.
No. It's, I don't remember who was responsible, but I just want to praise the work of Between Ends because theirs is much clearer. But, so yeah, some good showing. We don't have a ton of depth in archery. That's not our deepest, but
it's not about the quantity. It's about the quality.
Yes.
Quality. And we have some very quality archers.
You are on a pointing spree this week, but yes.
That's right.
But yeah, that's final showing of 2023, as I just said, and going to have a lot of conference meets in archery, which is notorious for not exactly packing in their schedule. No. I remember that's one you go like 6 weeks, like archery's back at it again for the first time. So, but yeah, that's hopefully building
terrific fall season from them.
Quality, yes, for a quality 2024. Wrestling, Dylan. Wrestling and Hunt Seat are next. These are your area of expertise. So,
I don't know about all
what
that.
You got.
Wrestling, we had 2 placers, Jabril Williams at 165, and then we had Byron Pierce, who's ranked number 15th at heavyweight in the NAI. So they certainly got off to a terrific start. Didn't necessarily take a full fledged of wrestlers. I think we've got a busy week ahead, including tonight, which we'll touch on here in just a second. But no, the Bob De La Rosa duels up in Cleveland, Ohio, went very well. Another solid showing for the Midway Grapplers, especially whenever they had two others within a round of placing. I can't remember who it was. Karpinski, I think, was one, and then I want to say Chris Begley was within 2 rounds of placing, and then Aaron Garcia was within a round of placing as well. So against some very formidable competition at the Division II and Division III levels. Some of the top-ranked teams were at that, and then you also had some Division I teams as well. So a terrific, another solid showing by them. And then now we go start the dual portion of the season tonight in Montevallo, which is first-year program down there. I have a feeling, as Coach Mason pointed out to me yesterday, they're walking into a hornet's nest is what they are. That place is going to be absolutely packed. It is going to be wild. Midway taking some veterans, hopefully been in these situations before. Hopefully we can come out there and kind of not get caught up in the fanfare of what could be tonight.
Sounds fun, honestly.
So,
that's packed wrestling tournaments. That's a different kind of environment.
I think it's certainly going to be something to watch. I know we've got basketball tonight, but I'm going to be keeping a close eye on wrestling as well. So hopefully they can come out with a win, and let's start this season with a dub.
Let's do it to it. The other team that doesn't need any encouragement for dubs is Hunt Seat.
Hunt Seat team.
It seemed like, maybe didn't have their best showing day one. They went to Miami University of Ohio.
Yeah, it was the first time that they hadn't won reserve High Point team or High Point team, but they bounced right back on Sunday. They were named High Point team. So, no, they had a terrific weekend. I'll let you have any thoughts on that one?
Mine says
the regional qualifiers. We had 3. I know.
Mine says go to Dillon for particulars.
Go to Dillon for particulars.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Oh man. Let's see. The three regional qualifiers were Lisma Stoltz, Sydney Wright, and I know that there's one other one. Kelly Lewis.
Kelly Lewis. Yeah.
Kelly can always.
Next week's Thanksgiving sabbatical can't come soon enough because we are.
Ooh, we're limping in.
Yeah, but
you know what we do have? We got some all conference.
Oh, we do. What a way to end it. You thought we were done with fall sports.
No.
Negatory. Yes, that all came at about, I think, 3:45 a.m. on a Sunday. They released this. That's a whole other gripe. But women's soccer, unsurprisingly, Haley Applegate, who was second in the conference in goals during the regular season, first team all conference forward. Yasmin Shalash, second team goalkeeper.
Look at that. He's
2 weeks
got
in a row. Yes,
he's got it.
Little John Travolta.
He's got it.
God. And Evie Claire, third team midfield. So yes, we talked about a lot there. Much improved this season.
Absolutely.
And we're rewarded for it on the all conference side. We'll switch to volleyball. Aubrey Custer. Not a 1-time, not a 2-time, not a 4-time, but 3-time. First team at River State's all-conference outside hitter. 3rd year in a row. Not saying she's not a 4-time is not a knock. Not been possible as of yet. But still, Aubrey, take this maybe take this next year as motivation for me saying you haven't made 4th team. And then I will take all the credit for your success because I'm just that kind of person. But let's not make it's about you, Aubrey.
Aubrey.
Yes, first team. I think she was second in the conference in hitting percentage, 5th in total kills. Obviously, was on a complete tear there at the end of the year.
Yeah, she absolutely was.
To help get us into contention for the playoffs.
Her and her teammate, Hannah Brink, really helped carry the load down the stretch.
Yes. Hannah's third team, who I believe was 5th in the conference in hitting percentage.
We'll hold you to that. She was. We're not looking at the ratings right here.
At one point, when you go to the River State page, it lists the top 5 and all the leaders, and Hannah's there somewhere. And I think it was hitting percentage, but
if not, blame their stat keeper.
Yes. Oh, it was that. She was 5th in hitting percentage. Aubrey was 2nd in kills per set. I came around. I don't need to do research.
Spinning hit.
I just need to say the wrong thing and then correct it.
That's right.
Without editing around. Anyway, men's soccer also. Connor O'Brien, 2nd team, all defense. Connor, really held that unit down and offensively provided maybe the play of the year for us too, which not for nothing. And then Jared Baston, 3rd team, midfield. That's our all-conference selection.
That's it. That's right.
And
a terrific. We're off to a solid start in the fall. Looking forward to. Let's keep it rolling. Let's get some more Player of the Weeks. It's always great to see our kids win Player of the Weeks and all conference awards. So hopefully we have many more of those. We're looking at you, Coach Mason. We're looking at you, Coach Corby, and you, Coach Scott.
We're calling you out. Get it ready.
Bring it home down the stretch.
Yes, but let's. We're gonna try to bring it home after a needed break. Yeah.
We're gonna take next week off, so no show for Thanksgiving holiday. Enjoy some turkey, or if you're like me, a ham person. I love me some country ham. What's your go-to?
It's a boring answer. That turkey and crescent rolls, like fresh out of the oven. Crescent rolls with the crumbly mouth texture. I'm getting hungry already. But what we're really thankful? You, our audience, who is so invested. You'll probably put up with our rambling nonsense from time to time. But it'll probably get better, right?
We hope we give you as much enjoyment as you give us by watching the show.
Oh God, Dylan, that they're gonna hear that sweetness. There's no way they can have anything negative to say. But until next time, I'm gonna put it there so I didn't run. Goodbye. Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yes.